How's it going, guys? True Champ Static here with your Spice Cabinet number 1 of 2 for the week of July 4th in our tournament series. So let's go ahead and jump in just straight into the decks this time. We kind of have a general idea of what's showing up in the meta. If there's ever anything spicy for the next couple weeks, I'll show you for sure. But pretty standard list that we're seeing right now. So just kind of want to get into the decks for you guys. So let's get this up here, pop this down. All right. So our first place was True Pain Gaming, or Wyatt McDonald. Go follow his YouTube and his Twitch. He's a great content creator. Um, so he took down the deck, or took down the event, sorry, with a spicy build on Blue Hybrid. So what makes this deck different? As we can kind of see, it's pretty standard stuff. We got our Strabimon, our Floodgates, our Pokemon, our hybrids, a Zulongmon, Tamers. But when we look at the Tamers and the other cards, we see Jerry that lets us play a Leomon, and this effect to draw a card when any of your opponent's Digimon attack, just in general. Leomon as a blocker, he's just always a blocker in this deck. He's very rarely not going to be. And then when he dies, to gain 2 memory and draw a card. And then Gomamon to further increase that effect by making it, gain 3 memory and draw a card if we ever pull that stack off. This engine was super powerful, netted him a ton of cards, made the deck look super consistent, and honestly, from watching his games and checking in on him throughout the night, it looked like he just breezed all the way through the event. So really great deck from him, really solid package. Blue Hybrid just getting a blocker that isn't conditional to it having sources or anything like that is super good. As well as sometimes you can just swing this Leomon into security, to die and extend your plays further. Because, the 2 memory is just a free hybrid swing if you have a Tamer. So, really solid deck there. Second place was piloted by Adam B. And this is a yellow-red hybrid list. So a little bit different from your, your yellow Rapidmon decks that you'll see running around. This one utilizes Gilmon and Gigimon as a draw 2 plus chip damage. And if it lives and you get to swing again, then you've drawn the 5 cards. Yeah, 1 for Digivolve, 2 for attack, 2 for attack. So really solid engine here to up your consistency and see what you need. This deck also gets to utilize cards like Atomic Inferno, which is absolutely insane. Jet Sylphimon at 10k will probably often live checks, or at least get its second one in. Might die on that second one, but there's a pretty high odds. And you can also, make the play of if you ever have enough memory of, Atomic Inferno, Jet Sylvie, Digivolve to a Fonimon, swing 15 2 checks. So super fantastic if you could ever pull that off. We get to play Crimson Blaze. It's a huge upgrade, helps your Mastamon matchup, and just takes care of a wide board super easily. I know we were watching him dig for one of these in a game against Beelstarmon, and where the opponent kind of overcommitted and left him with himself with a board of I think 7 bodies, and if he would have drawn this, it just would have been the game. And then Gaia Force as just the hardest removal. No conditions, just delete a guy. Tamer lineup, just playing 12. The Kari, if you can ever land one of these, makes your TKs expendable, which is perfect because before with TK being your only memory tamer, you're only going to see 1 or 2, and then you don't really want to utilize them. But Kari lets us just send TKs out, so you can kind of cut down on your tamers. 3 Holy Flame, as the as this card's just a powerhouse. We saw this card win so many games last night, more out of hard casting than it did out of security actually, but super solid card. Then in third place, we have just your standard yellow Rapid deck piloted by Alfredo Martinez. He's a super solid player. He's been topping a lot of our events lately. And, but yeah, pretty standard list here, running the Holy Flames, normal Tamer setup, 3 Ophanimon, Susanomon, Rapidmon, Jet Sylphimon. Super solid deck. And Rapidmon's still good. If the meta is going to allow Rapid to be good, there's, it does the same thing as the Crimson Blaze in this deck, clears wide boards that you need to. It can also clear super tall things. Paired with Cody or TK Karis, can, clear super big boards. So, just still a super powerful card, super powerful engine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And then fourth place is Imperial Dramon, piloted by Kevin Thamavong. This is a pretty straightforward list. Our 8 VMons that are going to stay 4 of. So we have 3 jamming, 2 Madoki, um, 12 level 4s, pretty standard. Um, our level 5s we're opting out of Chimeramon and into Dino Beamon. Um, so the other things that stick out about this deck are this blue memory boost to help consistency and give you like a power turn if you need it, as well as this win rate to kind of act as a second hidden potential. So reducing a cost by 4. Um, just with the Davis in play, you could go from your Pyldramon into your fighter mode and keep your turn. Um, so that's super handy. Get that bounce effect if you need to get 2 more swings if you have a Kenan Davis in play. So I think this is a super solid one of for this deck. 3 Mega Death, 3 Hammer Spark, and then your normal 3 Memory Tamer, whether it be the 1 Mimi or not, and then the 2 Kenan Davis. Um, yeah, our top 8 was super interesting. I think we had another yellow hybrid. I know there was 1 or 2 Beelzemon decks, as well as that Musket deck that I mentioned earlier did make its way into top 8. So that